Testing, testing.
Hello, 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 evening all.
Right, hello Neil Moser in the chat, how's it going? And hello to all the viewers, welcome to round 7 of the OBF1 Tier 2 Championship. We're here at China for round 7, and we're just about to get underway for qualifying tonight. Only 10 drivers. A lot have checked out for tonight. I'm assuming there's not a lot of people that are on the grid that like this circuit, or they just don't want to race because we didn't have many last time. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, there we are. I suppose that's how things roll now. We'll have to see. So, if there's no safety cars and no crashes, every driver will finish. Let me just have a sip of my Pepsi. As we do have Kenner coming out already. What's he coming out on? He's coming out on the softs. So we'll see how this qualifying session goes around. Alright, while these are on the outlap, let me make a quick note of who's actually missed this race. People. Uber. So, obviously, China being a lower traction track, lower grip around the circuit compared to other circuits, so there are some sections of this track the drivers will find difficult tonight. Am I unmuted? Because I'm talking. Yes, I am. Just had to double check. That would have been a disaster if I wasn't, wouldn't it? But yeah, China being a more difficult circuit than others, it's going to be interesting to see who can set the laps first. As James, as I was making my notes, I'll go for Kenner, so James will be the first one to set a lap. Mank is currently typing in the chat, but is also driving. I'm so confused. Right, that's gonna be an issue. That is gonna be an issue. Yikes. Right, so we're gonna change just this restrictions. So race will be held back. We have to create a new lobby, make sure everyone joins in. That was my bad. I forgot to tell Mosh to because tier 2 has less restrictions than tier 1. Obviously, in both tiers, gears can be automatic. Traction is restricted to medium in tier 1, whereas tier 2 isn't restricted, and then it's just the pit assists that are restricted and the braking assist off. So I will fix that issue come race, I promise, because that is my bad. So what have I missed? So what I've missed from dealing with that is Vader has actually, we didn't miss that, Vader has set the fastest lap with a 132, as Mosh will be the next one to cross the line. Well, I believe I think it was Sanchez crossed the line as well, but Mosh coming across the line, can he beat the 132? He can't beat it, but he puts his Ferrari in P4, so he's good enough for P4. So let's have a look at what's Team Red. Team Red, he is on a lap on the mediums. Oh, Super Calgon, you silly goose.
I hate this track, emoji man face palming.
What happened, Neil? I thought you were tied in the pit lane. Did something else happen? Let's see how some of these drivers can handle the manual gears. So, because some of them are using automatic. But obviously they're used to automatic. But James, who
Lost
actually
the rear round the long right-hander into the back straight. MOG man face palming.
that's unlucky, man. It is very easy, especially on the bumps, to lose the rear there. You got to short shift up to... I normally short shift to 5th. But we are having an extra driver join us, so that's not too bad. So we will have 11 instead of 10, so there is a chance that one person won't get points if all 11 finish. But yeah, sadly we've still only got 11 instead of the full grid that we normally have of 17, 18 drivers. So still disappointing, but hopefully there'll be more next week. What is it next week? I believe next week is Abu Dhabi. For those wondering. Sanchez currently a couple of seconds down on his last time. So it could be an issue with the manual gears, we don't know. Unbuild coming. I don't know if he's not going to be doing a lap. He's got no ERS. Sanchez is a second up. Kenna's on an out lap and he is starting his lap. So we're going to ride on board with Kenna as he crosses the line with the DRS wide open ahead into that long right-handed turn 1. Very easy to get this corner wrong and lose a lot of time here. You've got to get it spot on, which he manages to do. He keeps it in 3rd for a bit longer than I would tend to do so, and there, normally I'd shift down to 2nd for a little bit of extra rotation, but obviously Kenna seems to have confidence in the amount of downforce that car has and doesn't need to. Liam, our 11th driver, has joined the session. It'll be interesting to see if he is going to set a lap for... Obviously he drives in the Haas, so he's got to make sure he selects the right car. Kenna takes it quite a little bit deep into this double left-hander, but he's still looking good on time as he crosses the sector 2 line into sector 3, 2/10 better than he was on his last flying lap. Obviously this part of the track, there's a lot of bumps here, very easy to lose the car. Doesn't do it though. He's going to go flat out, opening the DRS wide here, and he's got to try and get his braking point dead on coming into this right hand hairpin. It's obviously a sharp, slow corner. Very easy to lose grip and lock up if he's not using ABS, obviously. Very easy to invalidate here. This is quite a sharp 90-degree corner. Doesn't invalidate, crosses the line. He lost a bit of time through that final sector. He's going to be a little bit disappointed with that. There's still 5 minutes to go. We can still set another flying lap. There's still time to pit as well and set a lap. We got Mosh, who's currently on a flying lap, who set a purple sector 2 time. So Mosh is just flying at the minute. Coming down the long back straight, again flat out, gonna open up that DRS wide as he crosses the line here. So you could make a cup of tea while you're going down this straight. It is that long. You could make a cup of tea. Down to 2nd, down to 1st there. Obviously 1st helps with the rotation, but you don't want to stay in 1st too long, otherwise you will lose a little bit of time. Marsh taking it very easy through that 90-degree corner. Crosses the line in P3. He's 1.2 seconds up on his best lap, and that's put him in on the 2nd row of the grid. 4 minutes left, still time to set a faster lap. Is he going to? Team Red crosses the line, still P6. I'm not sure if he's on a fast lap. Unbuild, definitely not on a fast lap. Might be setting himself up for one. No, he's pitting. Probably gonna. He's not pitting. I'm very confused to what he's doing, because it hasn't come up that he's retired, and we know that beaching isn't a thing. Questionable. Invader, is he on a lap? He's activated the DRS, so I'm assuming he is on a lap. Coming through the penultimate corner. Can't speak today. Loses the rear end slightly, but manages to keep it in check. Is he going to cross the line? He is going to go across the line for another lap. His last time was 132.7. This one's a 132.40. He does improve, but it's not good enough for P1. So James from McLaren still in the lead. Liam is out on a lap as he joined late. Let's see what he does on the mediums. Obviously, if he completes this lap, he will start P9 now that he's joined late. Open the DRS, he's coming down. Does look a little bit cloudy. Is there a chance of rain in the last minute? He's got to get this lap in. Obviously, Liam struggling with the gears by the looks of it. Does set a pretty decent lap though for his, if it's his first time using manual. P7. So Liam is up to 7th. Liam will start in 7th. Anybody on a lap? Sanchez on a lap as well. Obviously this corner is, if your car's not balanced properly, it's very easy to lose the rear end on this corner, which Sanchez doesn't do. But it's all good. So as there's a minute left, I can't leave and I need to get a picture of people. Gotta get a picture of where people finish. Obviously Sanchez hasn't validated. Kenner is on an out lap with a minute to go, so this will be the last couple of laps for everyone setting a lap now. Liam has stopped on track as he's waiting for cars to go past. That's fair enough, but we'll stick with on board with Kenner as he is slightly up so far. Obviously this being a very difficult bit of the track as it's so slow. Manages to negotiate them first couple of corners well, coming down to the next corner now. It's that's a more than a 90-degree turn, isn't it? It's basically a hairpin. He is up on his previous best time. He has set a purple sector 1. It's looking good for him. Obviously held 6 nicely there. Shift down to 7th on exit. Wants to shift down to 3rd. A little bit cautious coming into these corners, but I doubt he will complain, especially if he's up on his time. He is a 10th up. Is he going to be able to set a quicker lap time? He has to get this last couple of corners right, as we have a few drivers that haven't made it across the line, whether they're in the pit or they just... Liam, if you are watching the stream, make sure you start on the tyres that they began that they finished their fastest laps on. So it's these tyres indicated here. I will be keeping an eye on that, and a 20-second time penalty will be given out. Where's Sanchez on track? Because he's on a lap, he's in the pit, and Unbuild is on a lap, but he's 3/10 up. Right, so that's that. I need to quit now. Right, this is where we start making the new lobby. So quit to main menu, yes. So I will create the new lobby. My internet is always dog poo. Honestly, what's going on with it? Come on, this game's so slow. Right, multiplayer, social play. Create a custom game, friends only.
Race was dry in the first session.
Right, let's invite everyone back first. Race was dry in the first session. Thank you, Neil. I'll make sure I set the race to dry then. I hope you're not just saying that because of the lobby, but we know. Sanchez, Team Red and Build. That's 9. So there was... Who else was there? There was... Kenna. 10. There was one more. I'm trying to look for one more. Who is it? Uber didn't join, so he won't be getting an invite. I'm trying to find them, but I can't find them. Unbuild, Team Red, Sanchez, Neil, Mosh, Mank, Liam, James, Invader. I'll just invite them. I'm missing someone. Super Calagon. Why wasn't he on the list? He might have been, but I don't know. Right, I'll wait for them to join and then I'll see who's missing. Let me just set up the lobby. League restrictions updated. assist restrictions, gearbox automatic. There you go. That is now correct. So we can go for China. Weekend structure, make sure that is quality off. Grid, custom grid. I've got to wait for them to join though before I do that. Weather we'll do for clear. Realistic, forecast perfect, yep. I make sure everyone's in first before I actually start doing the grid. And we'll send some more invites out just in case. Invader, Marshall is tier 1. Liam is in, yeah, Marsh, Neil in, Sanchez sent, CDM, Eat My Dad, Sasha Carl, Tiffany, Grayman, ICIC, Kenna is in, Uber, Pistol, Wraitho, Snitsy, Shankly, Short Marcus, Steve. We've got 10, so it's just Super Calgon. So we'll wait for Super Calgon to join. So I know basically what everyone is. We just... Right, weekend structure. Grid editor. So... P1 was James, move up. P2 was Invader. Where are you, mate? 10? So we got 11 now. So where's Invader? Sanchez? Am I blind? Ah, shoot, that's why. Right, Invader. Discard changes a second. Grid editor. We'll send another one to Invader. There we go. I'll go into spectate mode. Settings. Weekend structure. Grid editor. So we got James. P3 was Kenna. P4 Team Red. P5 Team Red. Then it's Mosh. Then it's Sanchez. Then it's Liam. Then it's Unbuild. Then it's Super Calgon. Unbuild, and then Neil Moza, and Invader was P2. So that means Mank. Where was Mank? Mank was P10. Like that. Perfect. Right, that is correct. Confirm changes. I'm just going to double check now just to make sure it's right, because I know me is probably not. So we got James, Invader, Kenna, Team Red, Mosh, Sanchez, Liam, Unbuild, Super Calgon, Mank, Neil. Correct. So we can ready up. Let me just put that down there a sec. Tier 2. Let's go. Let's do this. So there's James Soft, Invader Soft, Ken Soft, Team Red Soft, Mosh Soft, Sanchez Soft, Liam Medium, and Build Soft, and then the rest in set a lap so they can right, so we can finally get the race underway. Race is only 5 minutes late. That's my bad. I should have told Mosh to change that to automatic, but I didn't notice. So just gotta make sure everyone's on the right tires, please, guys. So just waiting for everyone to put their setups back on, choose their tires and fuel, and we will be underway. It was a good qualifying session, even though we had some drivers stuck on manual, even though they used automatic. Obviously, with the time constraints we have, with the Tier 2 race being followed by the Tier 1 race on the same day, it's a little bit tricky to restart a qualifying session. But we should hopefully get this race underway. We're just waiting for players. It's taking a while. Why is it doing this? Come on. Come on, game. Why is it taking so long? There we go. So we'll be underway in the next 25 seconds. And hopefully we have a good race. We've got 11 now, other than 10. It's better than 10, but we're still missing the rest of the drivers. Obviously, Liam made it back from his holiday alive, even though he flew with Ryanair. We all know what their landings are like, so welcome back. Hope you had a good holiday. I think someone else was on holiday as well, but they made it back. But we are underway. We do have the lights on now, and we will be away. So we got the lights out, we are away. It's very, very confusing start. It was very slow, but James gets off to a great start and keeps the lead into turn 1. Invader following closely behind. I was going to say Liam, I got mixed up then. A lot of position changes going on in the back. Obviously a few drivers making their way through. Liam has dropped a few positions at the start. He's probably going to want to make them up. Neil Moser has a penalty already. He's got a drive-through penalty, so he must have jumped the start or something. It's not a great start there for Neil, but obviously he's going to be looking to make up as many places as possible further on in the race. Who knows, a safety car could bring him back into it. But James is your race leader currently. He's got a great start, he's got a lead, he's just got to get a gap now. He's got to build that gap from Invader, because we know Invader is quick, and he will be looking to gain P1 for the Haas team. Kenna is looking strong in P3. He's made up a... Has he made up a position? He's there, right? He's there. And on this first lap, there's only Neil that has dropped back significantly from the others. As I say that, Liam has now dropped back. That camera had no sound. I was wondering what was going on. Mosh makes a move on Team Red there, so Mosh moves up a position for Ferrari. He's looking to get another good result. Mosh been on it lately, so it's going to be interesting to see who, after all this kerfuffle and stuff with the gears, who's actually going to come out on top. So we've got James still leading, but the gap is still under a second. He's going to want to pull a second before that DRS gets activated. Otherwise he's going to be in some real trouble, and Invader could look strong. He's got a few tenths to gain on Invader before that happens, though. And he's got a whole lap to do it. Obviously, this being a long circuit, there's 28 laps of it as well. Mosh looking strong in P4, looking to close the gap to Kenner to make a move. We've got Unbuild and Mank within 5 tenths. As I say that, Unbuild falls out. Not what he's going to look, not what he wanted to do. But there's always time to join. Fox J has requested to join. Sorry, mate. I can't allow that as it's a league race. Sanchez on the back of his teammate. Can he get that position off his teammate? Is there going to be an AlphaTauri strategy call going on soon? It'll be interesting to see. At the minute, there's not been many overtakes since. As I say that, Sanchez does look to make the move on his teammate, but he thinks better of it, stays behind. Probably safer to do that. There's DRS coming soon, so he will be able to make that move eventually. But at right now, it's probably safer to do what he did. So it's been a good start to the race so far, especially for James. James still has the lead, but he hasn't pulled that gap for Invader. Not to have DRS, but that's gonna cost him greatly. Maybe, unless he's just doing the tyre conservation, because obviously a soft medium is possible, but you've got to really save them tyres to make that strategy work. But yeah, as it stands right now, your race standings is James in P1, Invader P2, Kenner P3, Mosh P4, Team Red and Sanchez P5 and 6, Super Calgon P7, Mank in P8, Unbuild in P9, Liam P10 and Neil Moser, who is well behind the rest of them after serving his drive-through penalty. But we have got some action near the back of the grid. Unbuild and Mank are fighting for the P8. Well, it's actually P7 because Super Calgon is just in front of them, and we do have DRS slap. So is there going to be some moves on this back straight? We're going to have a look as Mank opens his DRS to make the move on Super Calgon. He has made the move before the straight, before the braking zone, and he's made that pass easy. He's got clear, but he takes it deep. Mank goes deep, and Super Calgon regains P7. Has Mank lost the position to Unbuild yet? No. Unbuild still behind Mank. But it has been, so far it's been a good battle at the back as Unbuild looks to make the move on Mank. He sends it down the inside into 1. Unbuild gets P8 off Mank. And can Mank fight it back, or is he going to stay behind until the next straight or DRS zone? He's going to stay behind. That means Unbuild has got up to P8. This was a great move there from the Welshman. I think he was Welsh. Unbuild to P8. Anything else going on? Sanchez. Well, we're looking at Sanchez, but it's showing me Super Calgon for some reason. That's better. Super Cal, his teammate goes wide through the double left-handers there, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. Sanchez may have just got a penalty warning, not a penalty, a track limit warning. But at the minute, he's still behind his teammate. I thought he would have got him on the last DRS straight, but he is burning his ERS. He will have DRS as well as he crosses this DRS line, which means he is going to sail past his teammate easy. And Liam has retired. Liam is out of the Grand Prix. What's happened to Liam? He's lost it. We have a safety car. Liam, he must have jet lag, or And we got a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision between two drivers in the pit lane as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who pits. I'm assuming everyone on the softs is going to pit. Manx gained a few positions, so Invader takes the lead. Super Calgon takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix under safety car conditions. Mank in P2. James still in P3 at the minute, but yeah, he's not going to be overtaken. Everyone else is off track. Neil might just jump a few positions here if he's lucky. It looks like he will. Neil Moss got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane. He's got 2 drive-throughs, and he can't serve it until the safety car goes in. That's going to be very unfortunate for Neil. As we know, the order has completely shifted. We got Super Calgon in P1. We got Mank P2. James still in the top 3. He's in P3 at the minute. Kenna is P4. Mosh P5. He's lost a position to Kenna. Sanchez P6. And Neil P7, but has a drive-through, so he will drop to the back of the grid. Invader P8 and Team Red and Unbuild, the last 2 in P9 and 10. So we're just waiting for these 2 to catch up to the back of the safety car so that we can get green flag racing again. But obviously it was a good start until I'm assuming Liam just lost when to Nate, and Liam forgot his setup. Super Calgon has left the session, but he is leading. I'm gonna send him an invite because sorry about the blue screens, but it's under safety car, so it's okay. Liam. No, it's not Liam. It's Super Calgon I want to send the invite to, mate. Come on. If you are watching now and you are liking the racing so far, I do apologise that we haven't released any highlight videos we normally do, but at the minute I still haven't got an editor for my PC as I've changed it. So Super Calgon has joined again by the looks of it. But his car's still... How has he got a yellow flag for ignoring yellow flags? I'm so confused. He's still ghosting. Is he in the session? He's got a communicating with online services message while mid-race. He's disconnected from the session.
With more drive-throughs than me at MR-C-REES.
Callum, do you do what a legend does and goes to the drive-through more than once a day? Because if you do, I respect that. And I can't say that I don't do that myself. Because I'm a fat bastard. But Super Calgon currently... I'm very confused to what's going on with Calgon. Obviously, I know he's got an internet connection issue or something like that, because it says connected with online services, but I'm not really sure what's going on. But with this safety car restart and Super Calgon not being in the session, it is going to be an AI restart, which is easy to judge. So Super Calgon could lose his leads if all doesn't go well on this restart for the AI. Just trying to find Super Calgon's name now. So. Come on, where is he? I'm trying to get there as quick as I can. There he is. Sent him an invite. And we are green flag racing. Super Calgon's still in the lead. I've sent him an invite, so hopefully he can join while he's still in the lead to defend that lead.
I have different locations though. I'm not on your level.
I mean, to be fair, Callum, I have, don't ask why, but I have driven out of Wales. I drove from my location in Wales, which is like southwest. I drove all the way to Bristol with 4 mates and just got a Mackey's. We just went on a long drive and got a Mackey's in Bristol for some reason. Don't ask why. It happened. I know at the time I was living in Pontypridd, which I don't know more. So it wasn't as bad. Still half hour to get out of Wales. Right, back to the racing though. Super Calgon still ghosting, still not in the session. I have sent him an invite, so hopefully he joins soon. Mank is gaining, obviously no DRS for another couple of laps until it is activated again. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching. Highlights will be coming back soon, hopefully. Super Calgon has joined. He is back in the session. He can defend his lead properly, but can Mank get the position, as he is looking to make the move? Super Calgon's still in the eye at the minute. He's probably waiting for a good place to restart and rejoin. He is starting to lose positions, so he wants to get back in that car ASAP. He's lost 2 positions in that corner, both to Mank and James. Now would be an ideal time to come back, mate. How is he going to handle this? But so far, Mank has the lead. Mosh, there's a little bit of a glitch there as I can't see my timings, but Mosh right in the back of Kenner trying to make a move on Kenner. Can he make the move happen? Doesn't look like he is. He's falling back slightly. Sanchez still on the back of him though. But everyone's on the back of everyone apart from Neil Moser, who has had to serve another drive-through. That guy stopped a Mackey's way too many times today. I hope he's bringing one of us a chicken wrap. A barbecue chicken wrap, to be precise. So we go back onto the lead of the race. Super Calgon is now in control of that Alpine, which we love to see it. All drivers in control of their cars again. Mosh has a little look there on Kenner. Doesn't manage to make the move work, but it was a sneaky little look, and it almost worked for the guy. Fair play to him, as we have DRS now enabled, and our timing data is now coming back. It's a long line of cars coming into turn 1. Are there gonna be any position changes? Unbuild possibly on Team Reds? No. Unbuild just staying behind. Actually, we still don't have lap data for Neil, but he is just starting coming through sector 1 now. He's just crossed the line. Oh, Mosh side by side with Kenner. We could have had a better view there. Thanks, Codemasters, for that. But Mosh has got past Kenner. For P4 in this race, we got Invader trying to get his lead. Well, get back up to P2. Right behind Kenner. Is he going to be able to do it on the next DRS straight? He probably could, but Kenner will also have DRS from Mosh ahead. So it's going to be a questionable time here. Invader looked like he lost a little bit of time to Sanchez on the exit of, well, not on the exit, but on the exit. Obviously he went over the curb a little bit too much. That means Kenner has pulled a little bit of a gap. It doesn't look like anyone's trying to make a move yet. Oh, I lie, Mosh. As Super Calgon takes it a little bit deep, Mosh did have a little sniff. They go side by side into the penultimate 90-degree corner. Mosh pulls out, thinks it's probably safer not to, so wise choice to do that, as he will have DRS. Super Calgon, outside of a second, does not have the DRS, but Mosh cannot make the move as of right now. Unbuilds and Team Red swapping places. It's good. Them two are having a nice little scrap at the back of the field. Obviously, everyone's going to get points as long as they finish this race, or finish more than 75% of the race. As Invader looks to try and push Kenner into a mistake. As Mosh has got past Super Calgon. Super Calgon goes on the grass, slightly looks like he lost the rear a little bit, but Mosh is now in the podium positions. Now he's just got to have a good tyre strategy and a good defense as a DRS straight is coming up, and he won't have the DRS. James back in the lead of the race, pulling away nicely from Mank. Out of the Mank out of DRS. He's gonna want to hope that he has less drag than that McLaren ahead of him. As we got Invader. Is he gonna try and send it on Ken? He's looking for a move on the outside. Invader is. He's got a nose ahead of that Mercedes. That Mercedes tries to brake later, but doesn't quite do it. Doesn't. Obviously, Mercedes getting a better line there. Kenner got a better line, but Invader coming back at him doesn't make him move into the 90-degree corner. Better choice there, and we'll stick behind for the DRS. Is he going to try and send it on the inside for turn 1? Kenner goes defensive and manages to keep that Haas behind, but how long can you keep the Haas behind is the question. It's a great battle for P5 here. Can Kenner keep his calm and keep Invader behind? As Invader looks to make the move, he's got the inside line, keeps it nice and tight. There's contact between the two, and that is Kenner round. Invader has lost places as well. I think Invader just lost the rear end there, and unfortunately for Invader, he got caught up in that. That's given Neil a closer gap to the cars in front, but unfortunately thus Invader and Kenner both down to 8th and 9th. But James now 2 seconds ahead as we have a yellow flag. It looks like Neil has spun it in before the double right-handers. So the car looking very unsettled through that portion of the track. As Mosh battling with Super Calgon again. Mosh still in P3. Super Calgon couldn't make the move stick. And Mosh regains P3. Super Calgon taking it very wide. He does have a penalty. I'm assuming that's a 3-second time penalty. It's a 5-second penalty. Of course it was for that collision then, which isn't served yet. So I don't know if he is going to serve it. He probably will if he's going to pit again. He is on 11 Apple mediums. But Mosh looking very handy dandy in P3 with Mank a second ahead. Well, nearly 2 seconds ahead on the 11 lap old medium. Still hasn't pitted. But James obviously made the most of that safety car. He has pitted, and he is pulling away from them old tyres. Mosh could catch up to Mank as well if he pushes hard enough, but obviously you don't want to push too hard. We have got Sanchez who's ghosting. Why is Sanchez ghosting? Sanchez is disconnected. He's got internet problems. That's gonna slow him down a bit. So I believe I might need to have to go on the blue screen again. I do apologize for that. I might have to send an invite to Sanchez. But at the minute, I'm built hot on the tail of Team Red. I'm going to see if I can... I haven't seen a message saying Sanchez left, but I don't really know. I'm going to try and send him an invite. We'll watch this Sanchez. Even though Sanchez is ghosted, he's got past Super Calgon. Still not racing. Super Calgon lost position to Team Red. Does Super Calgon have damage? No, he doesn't. So he's just struggling a little bit on them tyres. I'm going to try and send an invite to Sanchez. I don't know if he's left or not. So I do apologize for the blue screen you're about to see. But I'll try and get back to the racing action as quick as I can. I do promise you that. There we go, Sanchez. You have your invite, mate. So we are now back to the racing action. It is currently 3 minutes to 8. And we're 13 laps into this 28 lap race as Super Calgon and Sanchez are battling. Oh, that Alfa Romeo sliding through that hairpin there. That's going to cause his tyres a little bit of wear. Let's just tell Sanchez that his invite has been sent, as we have two drivers pitting at the minute of Super Calgon and Unbuild. Interesting to see what tyres they go on. I'm assuming it's going to be the hards. But Unbuild does have a penalty that he is serving. That's going to get rid of both of their penalties, to be honest. So everyone now is penalty-less. But we got Mosh. We got Unbuild. That's brought Neil Moser back into the fight for more points. We got Neil Moser and Unbuild fighting for P9. We got Super Calgon has left the session again. I am gonna quickly send an invite while there's no battles again to Super Calgon. I do apologise for this. It would help if we had someone else on hand to actually send invites so I could keep an eye on the action. Maybe I'll talk to the admins about that. Sanchez and Super Calgon. Washing machines as long go with Calgon. I was the one that sung that tune during the ads. Super Calgon has joined, so I can't send him an invite yet. Mosh 3/10 away from Mank. Is Super Calgon still in? He's not, and he's got another 5-second time penalty, or a 3-second time penalty. I don't really know what to do here, man. James looking healthy in the lead of this Grand Prix. Is he going to try and take their mediums to the end, I wonder? Obviously, safety car allowing. They did save some tyres during that safety car period. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as the field. I like the field. It's not separate by a second. We've got Mosh, who's now activated that DRS. Mank under threat from a move from Mosh. Mosh isn't going to make it on this straight, but Mosh is catching. Can Mosh get onto that second step of the podium on these fresher tyres? Mank looks like he's going straight on. Mank is pitting for new tyres. Is Mosh going to do the same thing as James? Is he going to go to the end on these tyres, as Mank is going to lose positions to Sanchez, Invader, Team Red, Kenna? I don't know about Super Calgon, but I'm going to try and send Super Calgon an invite now. I don't understand why his internet is disconnecting all the time. Nobody else is, I don't think. Sanchez has done it as well, but I don't think Sanchez has actually rejoined. Where is Super Carl gone? I can't find him. Rumax. Right, I'm going to send another one to Sanchez because he hasn't joined back yet. Super Calgon. Invite. I've sent 2 invites to both of them, so they could join in their own time. Invader on the back of Sanchez trying to get past that Alpha Tauri. Obviously, the Alpha Tauri is ghosting and is stuck at 80% AI level, which we use in tier 2. So this overtake should be pretty dandy. Obviously, even though it's AI, he's going to go full speed on the straights, and the cornering speeds is just affected. Sanchez is out. James and Mosh have pitted. They're going to lose their lead to Invader and Sanchez. Sanchez back on the podium. So Sanchez, even though he's ghosted, is in for a good result. Of these drivers on, Mank has gone on softs. Can he take these softs to the end? That's the question. I'm not sure what the deg is, but I'm pretty sure he can get these to the end. I don't really want to take my eyes off the screen at the minute. Mosh has gone for mediums. It's a good choice for Mosh, but obviously his tyres are going to be better than Mank's come lap 25. But can he keep with Mank if Mank overtakes, which he would do on a DRS straight, because they have DRS. Kenna down to P5 at the minute. Yes. They're going to overtake now. Invite friends. Search. Super. That's taking too long. Come on. Liam, Paul, Sanchez, down into the other ones. Kian, Martin, Mosh, Super Calgon, send. Invites are sent. So, Mank, did he get past? There's a Haas in the pits of Invader. Invader's pitted. So is Sanchez. Sanchez's AI has pitted. And we have Neil Moser is out of the Grand Prix. He has crashed on the main straight. He must have clipped the curb or something. But that is probably going to cause a safety car. It's not going to cause a safety car. There is no safety car. So we are going with 10 laps remaining. This is pretty unlucky. If you guys are enjoying the content, please like, subscribe. It is free. And Mank and Mosh getting very feisty through the Sector 2. See, you can't not like this stuff, honestly. So Mosh still ahead of them soft tyres. Sanchez is finally back in the session. He's dropped out quite a bit though due to that pit stop. But that pit stop could help him. He's got unbuild ahead. He's within a second. Did he grab DRS from him? As Invader, Mank looks to make a move on Mosh. He's sticking to the inside line. He's still side by side. And Mosh gets the better exit on the medium tyres. I thought the soft tyres would have got the better exit due to the better grip. But Mosh keeps P3. Coming down the start-finish straight. He's not going to have the DRS. Mank's going to have it. But Mank too far back to make a move into turn 1. as Super Calgon has now pitted, and that's his AI. I've sent him as many invites as I can. There's nothing else. Back to the action. We got Mank has fallen back significantly now to Mosh, almost outside of the DRS. Can Mosh get out of that second gap before that detection point? Doesn't look like he will. Obviously, the softs are going to have the superior gripper on this section of the track as Mank is closing ever so slightly around these corners. And we're going to have a nice shot of him opening his DRS. He's pulling it out. Mosh weaving a little bit, not too much though, so it's all okay. Puts his Ferrari nicely in to close the door as we have another issue with our time delta. I'm not sure what's going on. Right, back to the action. Sorry about that. We now have our time delta back. This is very confusing to what's going on with these time delta issues. I can only apologise, really. I don't know what else I could do to make it better. I'm trying my damnedest. But Mank looks like he lost the rear end slightly there. Still trying to make a move on Mosh. Slightly closer this time on the exit of that long right hander leading to the back straight. Within the 5/10, Mosh is looking very fast on the straights. Pulls right off to the right to break the slipstream. A little bit of weaving, obviously trying to get the best out of that thing. And Mosh still fighting and still defending this position. 8 laps remaining. James 5 seconds ahead of these two. This scrapping is not helping either of them. So James just don't mess up, and you've got this win here. Neil Moser DNF'd, obviously. He's had a tough race as Invader gets the 3-second time penalty, trying to fight his way back through the field. Is Sanchez in control of his car again? He is in control of his car again, and Invader's going to find it difficult to get past him in certain parts of this track, as Mank is still trying his hardest to get past that Ferrari and Mosh. Mosh defending excellently tonight, and not making it easy one bit for the Aston Martin driver. And we all know that this Aston Martin's pretty quick online. Mosh taking it a little bit deep, using more of the curbs. Mank even closer again by the looks of it, but again, Mosh defended superbly. Oh, that he loses the rear end slightly there. Got to correct. He's got to steer the other way to correct that slide in, and he's lost a lot of time as he's still sliding. He is fighting his hardest on these soft tyres, but it doesn't look like they're providing enough grip. He is now without out of a second, but he does have DRS, luckily, because he was in the detection zone. He was still in a second going through the detection zone, but he is out of a second now for the next corner, for the next straight. He's got to close that gap if he wants to keep that DRS, as Sanchez makes a move on the inside of the chicane. There's a little bit of contact there with Invader and Unbuild, but Sanchez gets up to P5. It's a great move there from the Alpha Tauri driver, and he's going to look to defend it into the straight, as Unbuild gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Obviously easy to be done on this game, Unbuild. Oh, Sanchez loses the rear end, but he manages to keep that AlphaTauri straight somehow. That was a great save there by Sanchez. Obviously, Unbuild right on the rear of that AlphaTauri. He's trying to force that AlphaTauri driver into making a mistake. As he's trying his hardest here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it, as Mank just keeps falling back and back from Mosh. And this battle for P5 is heating up significantly, but Sanchez has got 3.7 seconds to gain on Kenner. Sanchez benefiting from fresher tyres, as he's only on 3-lap-old mediums, whereas Kenner's going to the end, I'm assuming, on these mediums. That is 6 laps old. It's going to slow him down. He doesn't have DRS from Mank ahead, who is 7 seconds ahead. At the other end of the straight, Mank falling nearly 2 seconds now behind Mosh. Mosh looking good for a P2 here, as Invader makes a move on Unbuild and gets past before the next corner. He's going to keep that position nicely, but that... Did he do it before the detection point though? Really have Unbuild still have the DR? Well, they all have DRS, won't they? Because of Sanchez. But there's some moves going on in the background. There's a car in the pit. This Mank has pitted for softs, so I'm assuming he's going to go for the fastest lap. He's got to make up a lot of time on them soft tyres. As we have Unbuild trying to hustle that Haas and trying to get past. It doesn't look like it's working. But Sanchez has pulled a little bit of a gap now from the Haas. But the Haas closing in again. That Haas is good in a straight line. I never thought I'd say that in reference to a 2021 car. Obviously Haas looking pretty decent in real life. Definitely a midfield team this season. Hopefully even better next season. Constructors champions. As Mosh is now clear of Mank. He's only got Kenner behind him, but there's a massive gap of 8 seconds, nearly 9 seconds, that Mosh will need to retain, so to say. But this battle still going on for P4. Invader now going to make a move on Sanchez on this DRS straight. Can Sanchez do something to defend? He's going to try and brake later. But that Haas goes straight past him. Haas looking very uneasy in that straight line there. Sanchez looks to get a good exit, but it's not enough to keep P4, and that means Invader is now up to P4. But net P4 is still Sanchez because of the time penalty situations, which are everyone's got 3 seconds, so it's only 3 seconds of penalties between the drivers. So it's not too bad for them, as Unbuild is trying his hardest to get past Sanchez. I think Sanchez is going to defend as much as he can. He has got the fresher tyres, but it's only a matter of 4 laps difference. But even 1 lap older tyres can make the difference, as Invader has caught up significantly to Kenner on them 18 lap old mediums. Can Kenner, with 4 laps remaining, not even that, can Kenner keep P3? Invader's got to pass him and gain 3 seconds, remember, to get onto the podium. Is he going to be able to do so? He doesn't have DRS this time around, but he might get it on the straight. All depends what his ERS is saying. There's not much ERS. Neither of them have much ERS. Invader did get the DRS. I do lie. I do apologise for that. I don't normally make that kind of mistakes. I always make them kind of mistakes. What am I chatting? But Invader now right behind Kenner. That DRS has benefited him massively here. Sanchez could even get past him as well. Invader sets the fastest lap so far with the 135.3. He goes for a move on the outside round turn 1. Kenner still on his inside. Kenner keeps P3. around turn 1 and 2, manages to keep through turn 3. Invader gonna look for a move on. He thinks better of. I can't speak. There's so much going on. He thinks better of defending, attacking there. But he is. Is he trying to move around the outside through here? He is. He's got past him around the outside, giving him the inside line for the next corner, and he has got past Kenna. Kenna's lost P3, but he's still got to gain 3 seconds in 3 laps. So he has to lap a second a lap quicker than Kenna. This could be possible with the newer tyres, but obviously the newer tyres are going to start wearing as well. Probably not as much, not enough to lose a gap. But Invader already out of a second and a half. As we have Unbuild out of the race. Unbuild has lost it, and there's another car round with him. That is Team Red. So I don't know what happened there. There was a bit of contact between the two, and there is a safety car with 3 laps remaining. Let's close the field right up. 3 laps remaining, 3 drivers out. Invader with a drive-through penalty, speeding under the pit lane. Invader's lost that podium spot. Kenna pitting, going for the softs. So Mosh is going to close right up to the back of James now. And this made this race extremely spicy. What is the time? The time is, we got 10 minutes until tier 2. I better make sure that so the safety car is in this lap. It was only out for a lap. So we got 2 laps, no DRS, just pure racing. A little bit of ERS is going to be saved for these drivers, but as you can see, it's not near enough. Super Calgon still unable to join the session. That is unfortunate for the guy. But as we do see some of the field catching up, we got Mang pitting was actually a really smart idea there. Mang could jump Sanchez. We got Sanchez on the podium. We got Mosh, James on the podium as of right now. James controlling the field's pace, and he's gonna let the safety car come in, and there'll be a way for green flag racing now. They are away, and it's a very small looking field. Not all the drivers have caught up. There are still some just coming across the line now as we get on to lap 27. James now has got a... Oh, Sanchez has lost a position there. And Mank is now in a podium spot. Sanchez, is he going to lose? He loses the car slightly there. Is Invader going to get past Sanchez as well? It does look like he will get the position. Sanchez, Invader gets on the grass slightly, but he's got the inside line for the next turn. And he still hasn't passed Sanchez. Sanchez doing really well in defending that position. It's looking very nice for Sanchez. We've just got an invite for the tier 1 race. That's in what, 10 minutes? That's fine, we got plenty of time. It's going to be a very, very close race. Sanchez still in P4, under threat from Invader. Mosh under threat from Mank as well. It's going to be very interesting to see who out of these 2 drivers are going to finish P2, and will Sanchez get overtaken by Invader for extra points? Invader still got that 3-second time penalty, so Sanchez could in theory just let him pass and stay within 3 seconds. There is only 1 lap remaining as Mosh lost P2. Mank making really good use of that safety car, that short safety car period, to put the soft tyres on as my voice breaks. As Kenna now sets another faster lap, 1:33.1 to beat. He will get the extra point for the fastest lap unless Mank can beat it. He's gonna have to push really hard. He's got one lap, not even a lap. He's got 2 sectors to overtake James, who is 1.6 ahead on old mediums, to win this race. So it's going to be between James and Mank, as Mosh is struggling on them 10 lap old tyres, as Invader still hasn't got past Sanchez. So Invader is going to have to settle for P5, maybe P6. Team Red's fallen back 7 seconds. Obviously they had to catch up. Well, Ken has done well to catch up to the rest of the field, but Invader, he's just got to keep Kenna away, which it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do, as he's on 14 lap old mediums and Kenna's on brand new softs. So it looks like Kenna is definitely P5, as we have James now coming down the long back straight, still 1.6 ahead of Mank. Looks like Mank is not going to get the win tonight. It looks like it will go the way of James, but Mosh gonna overtake Mank in the couple of corners remaining? It doesn't look likely with how far back he is, but the only way he could is if Mank messes up. Is Mank going to spin coming into this final corner? He's not going to spin. James comes across the line for the win in OBF1 round 7. James wins the race with Mank in P2, Mosh P3, Sanchez P4, Kenna P5, Invader P6 after that time penalty, and it looks like it will go Team Red and Super Calgon finishing off the final 2. That was a very spicy end to the Tier 2 race, and luckily and hopefully we'll have more drivers again next week. Most of them checked out, which was disappointing to see, but it was a good race here from James and the podium setters. Congratulations to everyone that finished the race. You raced a good race today. It was spicy, especially that midfield battle halfway through the race. We couldn't take our eyes off that, as James supporting Ukraine with the Ukrainian flag on the podium. What a guy. But that is it for Tier 2. Hopefully you will be on this channel again in 10 minutes with Chris Summit commentating the Tier 1 race. But thank you, and I'll see you guys then.